We are live, baby. Episode 12, Bullheaded. We have eclipsed the double digits like we talked about. It's my first episode, actually, in the double digits sequence because last episode, Sean did an amazing job taking over. So kudos to you, Sean, our producer. Killed it. But this week, I'm back. I'm fresh from vacation, and it is time to get heated with you guys. I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back in the booth with you.
Missed you too, man.
You missed a great show, man.
I know.
Those NBA topics are real hot, man.
I know. Well, they're only getting hotter because we got the playoffs full circle. Two series are already pretty much like halfway through.
Yeah.
And we'll be touching on one of them. We won't be talking. Last week, you guys talked about Raptors Celtics. That series is 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
This week, we're going to start off with nothing else besides the other already halfway through series. It's the Heat and the Bucks. Heat and the Bucks, the Heat of all teams, are up 2-0 in this series. The Bucks, who were called the best team in the league, the number one seed in the East, and now they're down 2-0 and they become the quote-unquote away team, whatever that means in the bubble. But I'm curious your guys' thoughts because this is going to be a weird series, especially now that the Heat have a 2-game lead. Who would have thought? P. Bush, let's go to you first. Like, what do you think is going to happen in this series? Does Milwaukee come back, or is it all Miami?
I'm going to go with Miami. They were my dark horse pick. I got to pat myself on the back a little bit, Sorry, Zoo, but but as Kobe says, man, the job's not done until that series is over, right? But they're up 2-0. I mean, they kind of. I don't want to say they stole the game last night. It was a little bit of questionable officiating on that. I don't think I've ever seen it.
They dominated. They dominated the entire game.
They did, and they gave the Bucks a chance. And Middleton hit those big free throws, and I don't think I've ever seen an NBA game end on a 0-second no time. The free throws to the point where the second free throw was really just padding the stats. It was one of the weirdest NBA games. But I think the Heat are going to keep it rolling, man. I don't think that they'll sweep the Bucks. I think the Bucks might end up making this a series, maybe 3-2, and then. The Heat closing it out in Game 6. But, dude, Miami's been one of the most consistent teams on both sides of the ball, all the bubble, especially in the playoffs. They got Jimmy Butler carrying that team. But I got to give a shout-out, as I have the past couple of weeks, to Goran Dragic, man. The guy's averaging 25.
On fire, man.
Yeah, he's averaging like 25, 5 and 5, man. Bam Adebayo putting up 14 and 13 a game. They're just shooting the ball efficiently. Jimmy Butler's not taking bad shots. He's pretty much just single-handedly taking over the game and saying, this is my court. It's been fun to watch the Heat play. I don't think anybody really gave them a shot to come out of the East this year. They're showing people. I don't know if they will come out, but they can definitely give anybody in the East a series, and I would love to see them make the finals. That would just be a great story for this bubble.
Absolutely, man. I give you props. You picked the Heat. That's a great sleeper pick now because my feelings about the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis. I'm not the biggest fan of Giannis. That was the biggest reason why I was like, MVP, this dude? MVP for Giannis Antetokounmpo and now Defensive Player of the Year? Yep. Only Hakeem the Dream and MJ has done that? Hey, he ain't in the same class with those guys, man. I'm sorry, Giannis. I like you as a person. You're a dad now. Good for you. You seem like a good dude. But I still remember when Giannis destroyed my boy Mike Dunleavy Jr. in the playoffs. He chucked him in the crowd, man. And that's why I always had a grudge against Giannis Antetokounmpo. He has anger management issues. And you saw it come out a little in the bubble so far, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he gets all mean. He gets like about to punch someone in the face. Stop it, Giannis. Learn how to make a free throw. You went 0 for 2 from the free throw line in the clutch. You were actually hitting free throws for once. First 3 quarters, he was shooting like over 80%. I was like, I give you props, Giannis. First game, sucked it up. It was like 4 for 12, like a scrubby dubby, man. In the fourth, he missed 2 clutch free throws, man. Are you kidding me? That was a must-win game for a number 1 seed. Going down 0-2 is embarrassing. Chris Middleton, that dude hit 3 straight free throws after he got fouled, man. That was so clutch. He would just like dribble, bucket. I give Middleton props for hitting those free throws. And then Giannis with the little touchy foul on Jimmy Butler. What are you thinking, Jimmy? What are you thinking, Giannis? He knew he fouled him. He touched the shot. I don't care if it's a foul. A foul is a foul, especially on a jump shot. Giannis, I am so disappointed in you. Giannis, I fear that you're going to leave after he loses to the Miami Heat because I'm taking the Heat. I don't know about 6. I'm gonna give them 7 games.
Okay.
It's gonna go 7 games in my mind because they're not gonna go up 3-0. If they go up 3-0, this will be the most embarrassing MVP in the history of the NBA. Imagine TNT, you got Giannis as a team, and you're down 0-3 accepting the MVP trophy. I'll be laughing my butt off because that will be hilarious. You'll see Shaq and Chuck be like, man, this guy gonna get sent home, and he's gonna be MVP over the Miami Heat with only 1 All-Star and a bunch of young role players. Come on now. Come on, Giannis. Step it up.
Dude, I was going to say this too, that I think free throws have really been arguably the deciding factor in this series, in the 2 games so far. Like, I think they're shooting 71%, speaking on the Bucks, and then the Heat are making like 85%. And, Jimmy Butler's a guy that loves to get to the line. Obviously, Giannis can when he wants to. But I honestly damn near think Shaq would have made those free throws, and Giannis can't. Like,
and they were bad misses.
They were bad misses.
Rimming in and out.
No,
it was just like
it was not close.
Like, oh my Lord.
It was ugly. The guy's he's got to change something. I was joking around with some people yesterday. Maybe the NBA just wants to make Giannis leave Milwaukee and move to a bigger market, kind of forcing him out.
Might be true.
Dude, ESPN all yesterday, they were talking about how Giannis might join the Heat after losing to them, like KD did with the Warriors, man. I swear to God, ESPN's on top of this. But, dude, the Heat have just been dominating. I think that they're one of the most balanced teams in the league right now. They can play both sides, but the Bucks have not been living up to their defensive stature that they had all year, and honestly, the past couple of years. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. They've just been choking. Brook Lopez, I don't even know what he's doing, man. He's putting up like 19, 20 a game in these 2 games, but he's not making enough of an impact. He's clearly been frustrated during the playoffs. He's had a couple raging moments. I don't know if the Bucks are just imploding at this point.
Oh, they are.
But it's been ugly to watch. It has been ugly to watch. Budenholzer, you could tell, man. He's like,
that
what
dude,
are you guys doing?
Sorry, man. That dude looks so flustered, man. You see that last game? He was trying to call like a time. They had it was like the refs were checking up something, and they're trying to like write up a play during that time. And it was like, oh, it ran out of time. They forced the call, and he had to call a timeout because he didn't get his play across. Like, dude, the lack of coaching in the playoffs. Something about Budenholzer. Great regular season. In the playoffs, when the high blood pressure gets up, when you start sweating because these games actually matter, I feel like Budenholzer just got an ugly looking face every time I see him. Don't know what the hell's going on. Like Budenholzer, I'm sorry.
Like he did it with the Hawks too.
Yeah, he got swept, man.
Swept is the 1 seed.
I know.
And they had like 5. Didn't they have like 4 or 5 All-Stars that year too? Yeah, that's Kyle Korver. But he was a coach.
Those are what I call fake All-Stars, man.
Yeah, the Luol Bangs. Yeah,
rewarding for the regular season wins, man. Stop it. Kyle Korver's never been an All-Star in his entire life, man.
What do you think that they have to change? Because when I was looking at the games, I mean, but the first 2 games between the Heat and the Bucks, it's relatively close. I mean, the Heat were clearly outplaying them all game yesterday, and the Heat, they kind of gave up their lead for a little bit and let the Bucks back in. But the only thing that I could find was they're pretty even on moving the ball when it comes to assists and field goals. They're pretty even when it comes to rebounding. They're not getting dominated in any front except for the free throw line. And you'd think that's like where the Bucks should be the best. I mean, they're a very inside team. They can get a lot of and ones. They can get to the cup pretty much at will with multiple players. I don't know if maybe Eric Bledsoe's the problem.
No, he is.
I mean, he is.
Bledsoe is one of those playoff performers. I told you about that guy, Scary Terry in the playoffs. A backup point guard exposed him, and he still hasn't recovered since.
He hasn't.
No, he actually had a good 3 quarters. 4th quarter, I just saw him turning the ball over. You remember Jimmy Butler was taking that ball away, picking it off like a corner? My God, man. Jimmy Butler has been amazing on defense. Incredible. First game, he had to take over offense, dropping 40 points. Second game, he played more of a facilitator role. He plays like a point forward role for this Miami Heat team, kicking out to all the shooters, playing defense, doing the intangible things that are not scoring, which is even more impressive, especially trusting guys like Tyler Hero as a rookie. That dude's
playing well.
Oh,
he's playing well.
Dude, as a rookie.
I'm telling you,
they're mad. And he's a good defender.
He's a great defender. They have good defenders.
He's very good, like, rotation. Like, off-ball defense. I'm like, for a young kid, they play real good defense, man. But I'm not going to lie. Miami, they almost blew that game. They legit pulled a college basketball team in March Madness. Straight up, Jimmy Butler got trapped in the corner, chuck the ball. Brooke Lopez swoops it, and then should have gotten an and one. He got fouled there, but he had the layup. But that game, they were choking. Like Jimmy Butler also missed a free throw, which is a very uncharacteristic for a high 80% free throw shooter. He missed a free throw in the clutch. And I don't know. They got away with that at the end, man, but they got 2-0 lead. If they go up 3-0, that's when it's over. That's when you cannot sweep a team after going down 3-0, man.
Yeah.
So this is a must win. And I feel like Giannis, Chris Middleton, they got to
step up, man.
They got to step up. Like, Giannis has to be more aggressive, man.
Yeah.
Like, starting out the game. And he got to be playing 40 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't know why he's playing 35 minutes. It's the playoffs, play 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the big differences between the two teams is you can give Jimmy Butler the ball, at least as we're seeing right now, and he will take over a game. He will get you points. He will, keep you in the game. If the Heat have some way of stopping Giannis, do the Bucks really have another option that they can give? I mean, Chris Middleton is a good scorer, but I would not let him bring the ball up and pretty much run a play for him. He's good off the ball. I think that's going to be the difference, is that Jimmy Butler is the guy there. He's willing to take over a game and drop 40. I hate to say this about the MVP of the league, but I don't think that Giannis can do that. And it's weird to say that as the MVP.
It's really weird.
I can't.
Really
weird. The MVP of the league should be a guy that you can give the ball and he can take over a game and pretty much will the team to win when everybody else is slacking.
Do you know who they need? Do you know who they need? Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. I like that.
Giannis
That's true.
Needs a primary ball handler and a closer in Chris Paul, and he would fit perfectly. Because now, I know.
Because he's a better Blake Griffin. And him and Chris Paul play together.
I don't know about that comparison, but okay.
Yeah. That's, dude. And I was reading that Chris Paul, he was pretty emotional last night too. And I'm wondering where he is thinking about moving.
He might be traded this summer.
You
for
think
some
so?
Young assets. Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
Cam Presti and him, he talked, the future is open.
Maybe Milwaukee.
If I was the Milwaukee Bucks, to keep Giannis happy, ship out Bledsoe, ship out some young players, ship out a first-round pick, and get Chris Paul into that team, because then that's a threatening team.
That is a threatening team, especially in the East.
Giannis, oh my Lord, that would be a beautiful combination.
And Chris Middleton too is like a
as
great
a third option.
But he's a second too. He's a good second option. But if he could become the third, dude, that team would. And Chris Paul fits into their defensive scheme too. He's always one to give it all on both sides.
Get it done, Milwaukee. That's how you keep Giannis happy.
Yeah,
not to burst your guys' bubble, but I know where Chris Paul is going.
Where?
Yeah,
it's going to be the Knicks.
Oh my God! Just for the money.
It is. Well, they're going to trade for him so they can get some ticket sales, and they'll still be a mediocre, if not terrible team. Yes, they're going to get Carmelo Anthony. I'm not joking about that.
Dude, you might as well just get Amari out of retirement as well.
He probably will. He's playing professionally in Israel. So why not at this point? They're going to. So that I don't mean to burst your guys' bubble, but I have the answer there. Like the crystal ball's in front of me.
You keep thinking that. Chaz.
I know the answer. I'm not happy about it, but I know. But speaking of knowing, we have our fantasy draft coming up in the next couple of days. By the time this podcast is out, we actually will have already drafted. So I'm going to get a little bit of advice from you guys. So don't be too honest here in your answers because I will steal them from you. Okay. Your favorite sleepers in fantasy football. So we have running back and receiver to cover in this episode. First of which is going to be running backs. Everyone knows the McCaffreys. Everyone knows the Kamaras. Everyone knows the Chubbs, even those guys. Those are the cream of the crop. What I'm looking for you guys is who's the sleeper? Who is the guy that everyone's going to overlook that is going to boom this year? Zhu, you are the self-proclaimed fantasy superstar.
Yeah,
My resume speaks for itself, man. It speaks for itself. 4-time champion, made the playoffs every single year. Never came worse than third place, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years. So my resume is pretty good.
You're at a new job. You're at a new job now. Your resume doesn't matter. All right, it's about what happens now.
I know.
Exactly.
But, I'm giving you a sleeper pick. This is a late pick. Not in the first. I would say he's not. His ADP right now is not in the first 6 rounds. Probably seventh or later. J.K. Dobbins from the Ohio State University on the best running offense last year with Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram is going to get older. He's still the ultimate team guy. The people love Mark Ingram. But I'm telling you right now, J.K. Dobbins, maybe I would say week 5, 6, around that area, he's going to take over as the workhorse role on that offense, on the best rushing attack, and he might have one of those rookie years. Because, every year there's always a rookie running back that steps it up. Like historically, you look at the past couple of years, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, rookie running backs usually get it done because they got fresh legs, and all it takes is a good offense. And J.K. Dobbins on a good offense with a great quarterback? Are you kidding me? This is a no-brainer pick for me, man. No-brainer pick for me. He's going to take over the role. I know there's some other running backs out there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's an obvious pick. He's going as a first.
He's not a sleeper.
Pick. He's obvious pick now. But in the later rounds, J.K. Dobbins, Ohio State, they produce running backs. I'm the biggest fan of Zeke, baby. That dude's been on my team for 4 straight years, and I'm praying I get him to for the 5th year with Ezekiel Elliott and J.K. Dobbins from that pedigree of running backs. I'm selecting that dude as my sleeper pick.
I like that pick. I don't know if I agree with him of having the same type of rookie year as like a Saquon or a Zeke, though. I don't think he's at that level.
Okay, I'll give you another one. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb as a rookie took over when Carlos Hyde got traded away. Nick Chubb, man.
Carlos Hyde, the most average running back of all time.
He's so average. It's 1,000 yards.
That's the $1 million question this year, because from a lot of stuff that you're reading, running back is not that deep this year. A lot of people are going triple running back first 3 rounds, right? Because the wide receivers are so deep. You got not necessarily late picks, but young picks in like a CD Lamb at wide receiver, right? Not necessarily a sleeper, but somebody that you could get later on when you get all your running backs in your lineup.
My philosophy: RBs
priority.
Never have too many RBs.
Wide receivers are very volatile, but the pick that I'm going to go with, and I do like the J.K. Dobbins pick, I'm going to go with Chase Edmonds, man, the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, Chase Edmonds, and you want to know why? This man was pretty much popping off in the 2 games that he started before the Cardinals traded for Kenyon Drake, who is arguably one of the most overrated early pick draft picks this year at running back position. This man has never played a full season. He pretty much came in and he's the de facto starting running back for arguably a very improved Arizona Cardinals offense. They added DeAndre Hopkins pairing with Larry Fitzgerald. They've had a solid running game the past couple of years, and they have a second-year man in Kyler Murray now. That passing game is a legit threat. That's going to open up the running game. And I don't trust Kenyon Drake to carry that offense when it comes to the rushing game. Kyler Murray is going to open up a lot of holes. Chase Edmonds is going to step in when Kenyon Drake either 1, gets injured, or 2, just kind of starts playing like a scrub, which he sometimes ends up playing that way. This is something, and I know it's not necessarily a very popular sleeper pick, but I think handcuffing people this year is very important.
Oh, yeah, with COVID. Absolutely.
And with COVID, that's one big thing. Injuries. I think there are a lot of running backs, with everyone thinking they're sparse later on, picking Todd Gurley's early, the Kenyon Drakes, etc., that could end up not having the greatest of years. You might want to handcuff those guys towards the mid-late rounds so that you can have them in your back pocket when running back is not that deep this year. Chase Edmonds, he led the team. Couple games in rushing, he rushed for 20. He had his best game. He had 27 carries for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns last year. He can do it. And Cliff Kingsbury actually yesterday said that this man, we view him as a starting running back in this league. That is what he said, not about Kenyon Drake. He said that about Chase Edmonds out of Fordham University, man, a small school. I think this guy can end up having a big year. It's a little bit of a risk, but not much, because he'll be a late round draft pick. Someone to keep an eye out on.
Oh, why do they give Kenyon Drake so much money then?
I don't know.
Why would you pay a man so much money if he got this nice starting running back?
Exactly.
Financially, that makes no sense. And I follow the money.
Yeah, of course. No, I agree. And I think that's why they're going to give Kenyon Drake the spot. That's why I said that he's kind of the de facto starting running back at the beginning of this year. But a lot of people are projecting them to be either a tandem duo in the backfield, or Chase Edmonds honestly making a maneuver up to the number 1 running back slot for that team. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. It's a very fast-growing offense, one that I think might catch some people, off guard this year. Like I said, adding DeAndre Hopkins was huge. And obviously, as we've seen, if you improve your passing game, it's only going to help the running game, right? We see that with your boy Zeke and the Cowboys. You know, they get Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup going.
Oh, I know.
And it's not and they had the best offensive line in the league for the past like 6 years. I swear to God, they're just monsters, man. But this year, when it comes to sleeper picks at the running back position, I think a lot of them are going to end up being handcuffs. A couple rookies, young guys like a Dobbins, definitely. But it's going to be a tough year to draft running backs if you're not willing to take them 1, 2, 3 in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because there's a drop off at a certain point. So from the mid to late second round, all like the legit RB1s get taken off the board.
They're gone.
You gotta be looking like third, fourth round, those types of running backs, and see who could pop off. And they're all old dudes. But you're old running backs right now.
Bunch of Frank Gores.
Oh my. Dude, Frank Gore's playing time with Le'Veon Bell, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell is now. What do you think about Le'Veon Bell, Chad?
I love Le'Veon Bell. I think last year everything sucked because their offensive line was – I couldn't name a single starter. Like, that's how bad it was.
They were changing so much. Is that the thing?
Everyone got hurt. They had terrible starters to begin with. Like, their best starter was Ryan Khalil, who they signed out of retirement. And he got hurt. Yes, he got hurt. Kelvin Beachum got hurt, and the other 3 guys were all garbage. So it was like Swiss cheese. Sam Darnold got hurt after he got mono again. Like, it was just garbage. So this year they invested in the offensive line, and it's going. I feel very confident it's going to be much better. I'm not going to say the Jets' offense is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
You think Le'Veon Bell could be a top 10 running back this year? Do you believe that?
I wouldn't say top 10. I'd say top 15.
Top 15. I think he's projected like top 18 right now. If I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, he's a projected 4th round pick right now. 4th round.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I would take him before then.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
That's a risk, but I think it's a good one.
Oh, that's upside.
Yeah, he's definitely. He's one of the most talented running backs, dude. His ability to cut in and out is insane. Watching him play, he's so smart and he sees everything. But when your offensive line are being pushed back right into you, I don't think he can see much. So that's probably why he's been struggling.
Hysterical. He would look for a hole, and then all the offensive linemen would collapse into him. He was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Why does this man Adam Gase not like this dude?
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to touch on the Adam Gase drama,
I want to know because I've been scouting Le'Veon Bell. I've been conflicted about this dude.
Same.
So first of all, Adam Gase, I think, is a moron. I do not like him as a head coach, but he apparently just, if you're in his doghouse for a second, like he won't hear the end of it for like the rest of the year. That's who he is.
It's not good.
And coaching. I guess something happened. No, it's not. So I guess something happened last year, and Le'Veon Bell was like, I rag on Jamal Adams because I think he's a garbage teammate. Le'Veon Bell was the opposite, where he actually stuck out for his teammates all the time. So he was a leader. So I don't know what he did to get in Adam Gase's doghouse. This year, they've reportedly cleared the air. I don't know how true that is because they have this tiff all the time. But now they seem to be okay. So we'll see week 1 if this tiff comes back. My guess is it probably will. But, who knows? That's New York.
If he just pops off, though, Gase is just going to shut up and just let him do his thing, though.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think Le'Veon, as we just said, he can easily do that any night he goes out on the field. But it's really going to, like you said, Chaz, the offensive line is like the backbone of an entire offense. And if your offensive line sucks, that ruins everything. My Bears can attest to that as well. So
I can actually name all 5 starters on the offensive line now. It's something to behold.
Nice.
But so that's RB. Now we come into the big question. P. Bush, you mentioned it pretty well. Wide receiver is very volatile. So it's tough to take quote unquote sleepers because anyone can have a great day any day.
Yep.
But it's still a big question. People are going to need a wide receiver. And so, everyone knows those big names, especially with guys in Tampa Bay. You're going to hear Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. But who should people know about that they don't know about now? Who's going to be that big sleeper? So we went to Zoo last time. People, should start off with you. Who's a big sleeper wide receiver?
Zoo, you might be astonished at my pick, man, but I'm going with late sleepers, man. These are guys that people might not think about. They might not be in the best offenses, but they had good years last year, and I think that they'll continue to excel. My guy is the number 1, in my opinion, the number 1 wide receiver on the New York Giants now, Darius Slayton. That man,
New York
rookie.
Giants?
Yeah.
See,
I told you you'd be astonished. Stop. This man in his rookie campaign actually led that team in touchdowns, tied with Saquon Barkley. Okay, he had 8 touchdowns. He had the number 1 targets on that team, and he had 800 receiving yards in like 13 games. I don't think he even started all the games as a rookie. Now, Daniel Jones and him clearly made a connection as rookies. They came in the league together. These guys worked together all in the preseason last year. They had the season once Eli Manning, stepped away and all that, right? This guy, he's pretty consistent, man. He has one of the highest yards per catch in the league. He has 8 touchdowns. He's going to get all the targets. They have a good running game to balance out the passing offense. Similar to what Chaz was just talking about with the Jets, though. It's going to come down to their offensive line. Can Daniel Jones get the production? I don't know if that's going to be the case, but this is a guy to keep an eye out on, a young guy. I think he's going to have a better sophomore season than he did his rookie year. He's going to continue to grow. I'm just throwing out sleepers, man, and this is a deep wide receiver sleeper. And as you said, Chaz, they're super volatile. You don't know who's going to have a big year. I think this guy could put up 1,008 touchdowns. Very easy.
I have a rule.
Yeah?
Scrubby teams, I own 0 shares of their offense.
Oh, my God.
If Saquon Barkley, that would be the only Giant I would own on these types of teams. You got the Giants.
Evan Ingram?
You got the Jets. You got the Miami Dolphins. So for these teams, I ain't touching their receivers. I ain't touching their quarterbacks.
Oh, my God.
Because there's only 32 starters out there, and there might be a workhorse. That's the only one. But if I'm going for a receiver, I need an elite quarterback. And do you know what my guy's going to be? Brandon Cooks, man. Brandon Cooks.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Deshaun Watson needs a new number 1 option. People are sleeping on Cooks this year because it ain't going to be Will Fuller. That dude gets injured every single year. So Brandon Cooks as the number 1 option. He needs his new DeAndre Hopkins. So he's going to be getting lots of targets. He's gotten 4 straight years of 1,000-yard seasons. Last year, outlier, he got injured. So that's his resume. 4 straight years, 1,000-yard season with Deshaun Watson, who's been a top 5 fantasy quarterback for the last couple of years. Man, I think it's too easy, man. I see Brandon Cooks fall to like the 8th round. Are you kidding me? Brandon Cooks in the 8th round?
Yes.
Stop. That guy could easily be a wide receiver 2 this year in fantasy football.
Dude, all right. First of all, one thing to say about him is he's played with a lot of elite wide receivers in his day, meaning that he doesn't garner all of the attention that a defense brings.
Elite?
Now he's at the Rams. We got Robert Woods.
I wouldn't call them elite.
Cooper Kupp?
They're nice receivers.
Cooper Kupp is not an elite receiver?
Elite? Yes. We talking about Tyreek Hill elite? That is my level elite. Cooper Kupp, that's a nice player. That's Sean McVay on offense, a little small little dude. Get a little 10-yard ticket. Come on, man. You're talking about elite? That's like calling Julian Edelman elite.
Thomas. What? Michael Thomas too and Drew Brees.
Okay,
he played
Michael
with them.
Thomas. I give you Michael Thomas is elite, but don't bring me up the Rams, man.
What? They had one of the best offenses in the league. What are you talking about? He doesn't.
You're saying he played with elite receivers. He played with nice receivers. Jared Goff, I think he's a pretty mediocre quarterback.
He was not the number 1 wide receiver on that team.
Yeah. Okay.
Based on targets,
it might have been Robert Woods, but I would call him elite.
I'm just saying he's a good number 1 wide receiver, but he has never always garnered the number 1 wide receiver attention from a defense. I'm interested to see how he deals with it. Deshaun Watson will obviously do his thing. Will Fuller, if he stays healthy, I think that's really going to help Brandon Cooks.
Every single year I've seen him in the league.
When he's healthy, he's a monster, man. When he's healthy,
I don't know about that. He legit gets you 2 for 20, or he gets a 160-yard game, man. Stop.
He's like Robbie Anderson.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's like Robbie Anderson.
0 shares of Will Fuller this year. 0 shares.
Just because of injuries. Injuries is the biggest thing.
And I don't think he's that consistent, man. I can get a donut on my team. No donuts allowed. At least give me 5 points. No donuts. He could get donuts, man.
So I'm saying that's why you want to pick Darius Slayton, man, because he's getting like 10 targets a game. Swear to God.
Stop. I ain't going to be watching Giants offense. Are you kidding me? I want elite offense.
He outscored Saquon last year. He outscored Saquon on the Giants, man. I'm telling you.
What are you talking about?
No. In touchdowns.
Okay, Saquon got injured last year.
Oh, my God. Who cares?
He did.
Dude, he did. But, dude, Darius Slayton, you want a sleeper wide receiver? I don't think Brandon Cooks is a sleeper. He's just a guy that
You don't think 8th round is sleeper? He can provide wide receiver two numbers.
No, because you know who he is, and you're going to be keeping your eye out for him. You need to find sleepers that you don't really know their name that much, but hey, based on how they've played or the hype that they're getting, whatever you want, that is a sleeper pick, man. Brandon Cooks has been in the league. He's about 31.
And he's been here a lot of years already.
And he's had, like you said, 4,000-yard receiving yards in a row. That's not a sleeper, man.
Based on his ADP, and he's going in the 80th pick? Are you kidding me?
That's not a sleeper. That's just undervalued.
For Deshaun Watson,
that's
80th overall? Stop it.
It's a downgrade from DeAndre, that's for sure. I mean, dude, they don't have that many options to spread the ball around to. If Will Fuller gets hurt, man, who's their second best option? Darren Fowler?
Give him 10 targets a game. I'll take 80 yards. I'll take those 80 yards.
Oh, my God. All right. So I did want to ask you this, though. Michael Gallup, do you think he or Amari Cooper is the number one receiver this year projected on the Cowboys? Who do you think is going to have the better year?
I'm taking the rookie. CeeDee Lamb, man.
Really?
CeeDee Lamb as a rookie. I love CeeDee Lamb. I feel like him and Dak, he's in the Randall Cobb role, I guess. So I guess the slot receiver, right?
Oh, my God.
Especially with PPR leagues. It's all about getting receptions. True. Him, I can easily see him getting like eight targets a game, catching 6-7 balls a game, getting 90 yards a game. I love CeeDee Lamb as a late receiver pick.
I agree.
Legit, if he busts, I'll waive him. If he succeeds, he's on one of the best, I would say a top 5 offense this year. So you can take Gallup 60th overall. I'll take CeeDee Lamb's in the hundreds.
No, I didn't ask about CeeDee Lamb. I asked about Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is valued.
I'm going to have 0 shares of Amari Cooper this year.
Why?
Dude, Amari Cooper is going 3rd, 4th round. So pretty much you're saying this dude is going to be a wide receiver 1. So week over week, you want production. Nah, Amari Cooper is a boom or bust player, man.
I agree.
Especially on the road, historically, he's not a good road player. And I want a guy not to get donuts. Because that's what cost me championships. When a guy, last year, I'm not going to name no names, Tyler Lockett got 0 points in a fantasy football game. 0 points. I thought the brother was
on a good offense. On a good offense.
I don't know.
And he's got a great quarterback.
He got 0. Russell Wilson, elite quarterback, elite offense, number 1 receiver. He got a donut, and I lost because of that brother.
Yeah, Russell Wilson was ranked higher in the NFL top 100 than your boy Patty Mahomes this year, man. You see that?
Disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're smoking over there.
We all know
Russell
Mahomes.
Wilson knows.
Mahomes is pulling a Jordan, man. He's going to take it personally this year. He's going to take it personally.
That Chiefs offense, I want as many shares of Kansas City players, man.
Give me the Bucks with Leonard Fournette now.
Oh.
Well,
they looking good.
That is a big signing, man. I'm telling you, man. Bucks Chiefs Super Bowl. Let's go.
That would be a beautiful Super Bowl. Because it's just going to be all offense, man. It's going to be incredible.
It's been almost 20 years for Tampa Bay, man. I think the last time they were in it was 2001 maybe against the Raiders. And it's been a long time for them, man. They've struggled for a while.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette as a signing, very low risk, 1-year deal at most like just over $3 million.
Yeah.
And this guy is a workhorse, man. This guy could get 20 carries a game at the 1-yard line. You know, Tom Brady loves giving it to his guys at the 1-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Easy tutties, man. Easy tutties, man.
And that's right up his alley.
And this dude, Leonard Fournette out of LSU, way better.
He's been a man since he was like 10 years old.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I saw that guy LSU one play. I don't watch college football. I watched that dude for one play in LSU. I said, I'm going to draft him in fantasy football. One play.
That's all you needed.
Who's that man? Oh, man. Too obvious. I love that pickup. That pickup.
Going back to the Bucks, major props whoever gets this right. Do you know in that 2001 Super Bowl who the MVP was?
Was it Warren Sapp?
Nope, it was not Warren Sapp.
Joey Galloway?
It was not Joey Galloway. Zoo?
No way Andy knows.
I have no idea. I only follow football because of fantasy football. And that was starting from high school, man. Anything pre-high school? No idea.
They were playing against Rich Gannon, who was the MVP that year. I know that. But I don't know who won the Super Bowl. You're talking about the Super Bowl MVP? I honestly don't know. Who was it?
Super Bowl MVP for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was Dexter Jackson.
Was he a corner?
Safety.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they had one of the best defensive teams like of all time. That forefront, man, they were so good.
You would think it'd be Warren Sapp.
Yeah, I would have guessed. Yeah, that's why I guessed him first. But He was a
Dexter
monster,
Jackson, man. And then this year it's going to be Tom Brady.
Nah, if he plays Patty Mahomes, I'm going to put a bag on Patty Mahomes to get a second Super Bowl, man.
I'll take Fournette over Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man, easily.
Stop. What?
In the Super Bowl. On the Bucks? Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
The brother got waived, man. I'm sorry, man. This guy's a first round pick. The guy got waived.
They never got along, man, and I wouldn't get along with the Jets. They traded half their team from when they made the AFC Championship game.
Doug Marrone's a tough guy.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing in Jacksonville.
They're the definition of a rebuild.
They were
man.
this close to making to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But they just traded for a safety today, so I don't know what kind of rebuild it is.
You know
They're
what
a new
they're doing?
team, man.
They're tanking for Trevor Lawrence, man. Very smart.
Maybe.
Very smart.
Good for them.
In football, it is beautiful to tank. You need that QB position. Like Gardner Minshew ain't getting it done.
He's not the
No.
hero.
He's a cute story. He's a Cinderella story, man. He's the Van Fleet of the NFL.
Oh,
yeah.
more like a Lou Dort.
More
like a
you know
Lou
what
Dort,
he's doing
man.
right now? Van Fleet's been sucking it off right now, man. He's shooting 20% from three, 20% from the field, getting exposed, man. Oh, Van Fleet, man.
Raptors won today, man. They won today.
They pulled it off?
They won by 1 point. 2-1.
Okay, it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
You gotta redeem yourself from the Chipotle bet. Okay,
Van Vliet dropping 25. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's do it. This is going to be a good series, man. It's going to be a good series.
It's going to be a great series.
Jason Tatum at a trash game, only 15 points, man.
Yeah, that's why they lost.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Well, that will have to be a topic for next week, but that is our time for this week, guys. Very good debates. I'm glad to be back because that was a lot of fun. So thank you. So guys, that has been episode 12 of Bullheaded Debates. I'm Chad here with Zhu and P. Bush, our hosts of the Bullheaded podcast. If you caught us on the YouTube live stream a couple days early, thank you for checking it out. We always love your support and getting to get your eyeballs on it soon. If you did, just be sure to subscribe to the channel that we have here on YouTube so you stay up to date on every live stream that we have on Thursdays. And if you listen to our podcast, whether it be on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Podcasts, any major podcasting platform, you name it, and we're there. All that we ask is if you like the show to drop a 5-star review and let us know in a comment what something that you enjoyed about the show was so we know what to keep rolling forward with every single week. So, guys, football will be back by the next time we podcast.
I'm so
Let's
hyped,
go,
baby.
man.
I'm so hyped.
Literally 1 week away. So next week's podcast, you can guarantee there'll be some football in there. But until then, guys, stay safe. We love you. Enjoy the NBA while we still got it because it's football season coming up. See you later, guys. Talk to you next week.